Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Let's talk about exemptions. There are some exemptions out there. There's a lot of changes that are happening in the federal government, as we see in the VA and other departments and agencies throughout the federal government. And the return to office is a big one. We have veterans and we have military spouses that are all over the federal government. There are some exemptions to this return to office mandate, and I wanted to share it with you. So please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate it. Every thumbs up and every minute watched really does help to spread the word, and that's what we're trying to do here. So on this specific topic, I found this on Stars and Stripes, and I wanted to share it with you. This just came out February 13th. Wanted to share it with you here today. Military spouses working remotely exempt from return to office mandate for federal employees. Good move. All right, many spouses of active duty service members and overseas foreign service officers are exempt from recent rules requiring nearly all federal government employees to return to the workplace. The Office of Personnel Management said in a memo on Tuesday, agencies are also allowed to continue hiring spouses to remote work positions, according to the memo sent by Charles Ezell, acting director of the government's personnel agency. The directive also covers the spouses of service members who died while on active duty if the spouse has not remarried, as well as those married to service members who retired with a 100% disability rating. Huge for everyone. That's a big win. I'm going to read that one more time. The directive also covers the spouses of service members who died while on active duty if the spouse has not remarried, as well as those married to service members who retired with a 100% disability rating. All right, moving on. It's unclear whether the memo changes anything for spouses under telework agreements, which OPM defines differently from remote work. Telework allows employees to work on a hybrid schedule, while remote workers under federal definition aren't expected to come to the office on a regular or reoccurring basis. In the aftermath of the coronavirus pandemic, teleworking arrangements proliferated across government. The memo was released a week after House lawmakers introduced a bipartisan bill to exempt military spouses from President Donald Trump's January 20th directive that federal employees return to their respective offices. The decision to exempt spouses on remote work agreements comes amid concerns about the economic ripple effect on military families in connection with the presidential order. Applying the new return to office regulation to spouses would be disruptive for military spouses who already are at a disadvantage when it comes to finding work, according to advocates. And any one of us that have been married during our time in service and we have to move around, understand that difficulty of starting over, especially with the job searches for the spouses. It's laborsome. All right, so frequent moves that come with military lifestyle are one of the factors that complicate a spouse's employment situation. Absolutely agree. One in five military spouses is unemployed, nearly 4 times the national employment rate, according to military data. And 45% of spouses consider themselves underemployed. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's really hard to reestablish yourself, and once an employer understands that you're the spouse, that they're probably only going to have you for a couple years and you're going to move on, that's difficult as well. So 45% of spouses consider themselves underemployed, meaning that they are doing jobs below their education and experience levels, according to a June 2024 Army statement. Quotation here, while many civilians can relocate to take an attractive job offer or gain notice in a more promising market, military spouses must make do where they are, the Army said in a statement, which outlined, and look, some of these bases, let's be frank. I mean, look, you want to work outside in 29 Palms? I mean, yay. Or Fort Irwin, right? Good times. All right, moving on. So which is what this thing's talking about. So while many civilians can relocate to take an attractive job offer or gain notice in a more promising market, military spouses must make do where they are. Fort Irwin, 29 Palms. Get out there and get you that good job. The Army said in a statement, which outlined the challenges of spouse employment. Very true. They actually, on Stars and Stripes, they actually have a copy of the letter there. So I'm not going to read that letter. I will put a link there in the description for you on this. But, on this topic of exemption for military spouses and working and all that stuff, I'm going to throw out a little plug for Work for Warriors. Work for Warriors is a federally and state-funded organization that basically lives inside the National Guard for every state that they're in. They are currently in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 states. And I'll rattle those states off here in a minute. What they do is they are essentially us for us when it comes to employment. If you are a reservist, National Guard member, veteran, spouse, dependent, they can help you find work. How they do it is they partner up with employers in their respective states, and they talk with those employers, whether it's the HR manager or the VP of personnel or whatever it is, and they have these conversations and say, hey, I work for the whatever, the Department of Military for the state of X in the Work for Warriors program. My name is Staff Sergeant Snuffy, whatever. And this is what we do. So a lot of these positions will have kind of a hybrid approach of federal contractor or state employee, and some of them will actually carry their rank into those positions. So in any case, the conversation goes on. They say, hey, look, I got some great people, veterans, reservists, spouses looking for work. Are you looking to hire those types of people with these great, attributes and so forth? And of course they say yes. And then they build the partnership, and then there's the referrals. So the referral happens, right? Hey, I got this great job. You found this great job. I'm going to marry you up with it. Then the Work for Warriors person is going to reach out to that employer and say, hey, look, I just had Jane Doe apply to job X with your company. Check her out. She's super solid. Now, what states are they currently in? You have Washington State, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee. You have Indiana, and you have Ohio. Those are the states that they are currently in. Look up Work for Warriors in your specific state, right? So if you say Work for Warriors Indiana, it should show up. And you should be able to get right to their website and reach out to them for assistance. With that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.